for more reviews, please also like. Thank you!
Hello there everyone, Tom here again, and today we have the privilege of taking a look at the transform element. This is Wasp Tiger. This is basically their version of a Beast Wars Bumblebee. So, front of the box, side of the box says Interstellar. Thought that was a movie. Back of the box, product shot, top of the box, bottom of the box, side of the box. Opening this thing up. Nothing in the box. Here we get the figure in a clamshell. Popping the clamshell open. There are no instructions to this thing, by the way. And moving the camera down just a tinch. We get two of these little things right here. And these are going to make up the, with this. Why don't I just go ahead and see if I can figure out how to get this thing together. Okay. Surely that's how it goes. I don't know because I don't have any instructions. Get in there. I'm not sure that's how that goes. Huh. Alright, well, I guess I'm going to have to take a look at the picture on the box here. Looking at the box, it looks indeed, if you notice, like it just goes, like they just plug right on there. If they plug on there, they're going to be pretty tightly on there, feels like, and not want to come off. Oh, there we go. I got one on. Damn it! Hey, that's my line. Shut up, Nemesis. Let's see here. I have to tell you, this is proving to be more challenging than probably it's going to be worth. There's one. And there's two. Alright, so I got them both on there. So, looking at this, let's zoom in so we can get a nice look at it. It's got some really nice detailing. Really, really nice detailing on it. It's coming in, measurement wise, at about 4.5 inches. Width wise, about 2.5. Okay, but we didn't come to look at this, we came to look at this. And here's the figure. Now, he's coming in at approximately 6 3/4, shoulder to shoulder, about 5 inches, depth wise, about 2.5. Okay, let's see here. Those go up like that, don't they? I really like this figure. Just the look of him. Let me zoom in here so we can get a good close-up look at him. As you can see, he's got a little mask on. I think that comes off or it comes up or something. Pretty sure he's got a face underneath here. Yep, it just shifts up and hey, there's a bumblebee. Pretty little blue eyes. Yep. He's got details through here. Lots of paint on this thing. This is white. This is paint. I think I paid $60 for this thing, and this thing has a whole lot more paint on it than a lot of the things seems like I pay more for. Yeah, just looking at it, he's awful pretty. That's a little loose. I may take myself a screwdriver. It's just there's a screw right in here. I might just go ahead and take a screwdriver and fix that while we do scale comparison. See, I know words. I really do. Okay, articulation, the head, obviously that comes up. feels like it's on a ball joint. So wiggle waggle, up down, can go all the way around, no problem. The can't really look down or up all that much, but it does. The arms are on a ratchet. This moves out of the way to get you all the way to there, so you can go wee, which is fine. Does this thing move? This thing is hindering articulation. It would go all the way around if it wasn't for this thing right here. Okay, he's got a little tiger head there. I don't know if the mouth, yep, mouth opens. Okay. No ab crunch, but again, as I've often said, we used to use the hips for ab crunch, so yay. He has double bend elbow, and that's very nice the way that works. That's a very nice elbow joint. Bicep rotation right there. Hands, individual fingers. There's only 3 of them though. If you're one of those people that just gets pissed off if they don't have the right number of fingers, you're not going to like that. Can he hold his weapon? Well, let's find out. Let's see here. It's got a little tab in the palm. It went right in there. It's not a secure connection though, but he can hold it fairly well enough. With waist swivel, not too shabby. Can go all the way around. The legs are on, these look like universal joints. I think they are. But regardless, they can only go out to that far. So this is the, that ankle rocker is not working properly. There we go. That's as far as that ankle rocker is going to go. So that's as far as he can stand flat-footed. He can kick forward that high. He can kick back that high, so he can definitely do the American splits, but he's not going to do the Chinese splits. Thigh swivel, you have a little bit of rotation built around that universal joint, and then you have rotation down here on a secondary joint. Knee, single hinge. Is that not? No, that's a double hinge. There's a hinge there and a hinge there. So yeah, that's a double hinged knee, get you that far. And we were talking about the feet. This is his heel spur right here. My wife calls it high heels. And he's got this. This moves around on that joint right there. So he does get a little bit of rockage and tiltage, but this one isn't as happy to move. They're pinned. Looks like there's a pin in there, not a screw. So yeah, that's this guy. That's his articulation. We've done his size. I guess the next thing to do is scale comparison and then transform. So transforming old Wasp Tiger here isn't really all that difficult, but I will tell you there are some issues that we'll get into later. One thing I didn't mention was that his tail plugs in right here, and these things plug on the back, so the first thing we do is we remove those for now. We can go ahead and fix his legs, pull these around so that they're up like that. Bring down your paws here, and this is going to rock up and down, rotate around on this joint here, and there is a peg right here that's going to plug into that hole. Hopefully you can see on the foot. So when you get it right, it'll come back here, that'll slide in, and it will just plug right in. When you have it correct. And unfortunately I don't seem to at the moment. So try again, as they say. Remember, this did not come with instructions, so I mean, that's what you got to do right there. It's just not being very cooperative. Perhaps this other leg will do a little better. Rotate this round, bring that up, bring that down, pull it up, and it just clips right in there. See, that one went just fine, and this other one didn't. So that one went just fine, and this one didn't. Look, folks, you see me struggling with it, you probably will too. That's the reason why I do this exactly like this. Now, I have to tell you, we have to take these legs, and they're on a double hinge, pull them out and pull them up, and they'll click into place. Pull them out and pull them up, and they click into place, theoretically. Alright, open up your back here. Alright, it's plugged in right here, so open those up, rotate this up, pull up your other one, pull your body all the way up, pull these down, get your arms out of the way, rotate. These are on independent things here, so just kind of rotate them up and out of the way. What? Oh, we also have these little pieces right here. We've got to rotate out before these will turn. Once they're turned, it's not a problem. You bring those back, down, and that will help line up your tail there as well. Get everything lined up the way she is supposed to be. Get in there, just like that. At this time, come on in here while this isn't while it's stationary, and you'll have to have a tool or something to get this up so that you can flip these little flaps right here, because the bar gets in the way, and as you are maneuvering it, you got to kind of get the flap out of the way so that you can get the little bit of the chin up. There we go. Okay, that's going to come down, kind of sit right there. This is going to come back up, and it's going to peg right back into that spot that it was in before, which is right there. Just going to get it in place. Same thing with this one. Move her around, get it into place, and we're almost done here. Pull this down, and there is a peg right here that'll go into a slot right there. You just got to get it lined up properly, and it will tab in. Rotate your tail. Now, there's two things we've got left to do. Open up this part right here and pull this out. Now, we want to rotate this so that the paw is out, and so that this can grip underneath. So we come here And we put that right there. See how it's going to grab the thing? And there's a pin and a post right there. Bring that down, rotate that around, push that in, and that's a hand all done. An arm, rather. Let's do that again. Rotate, rotate, bring back in. Your fist will only rotate in one direction, so be mindful of that. Okay. Pull it in, cap it off, twist the paw, and here he is in his base beast mode. Last thing we want to do is take these little rocket thingies, and they can peg on in these slots right here, and it helps fill out that part of the body. Maybe. There we go. Let's give him a little push. And here is transform element. Was it transform element? Interstellar Wasp Tiger. Was it transform element? Yeah, it was transform element. And in this mode, he's okay. He's not the greatest thing I've ever seen, but he's sure far from the worst. Yep, he's far from the worst I've ever seen. Articulation in this mode, you've got all those hinges here in the tail, so it can come up and down and rotate. So it's got all that. The legs can go all the way around. They do get caught up in things. You lose a little of your outward hinge, so I mean that's as far as his legs will go, like that. Shoulder here, you lose none of the articulation, so it goes all the way around and out to there. The elbow still works. The paws are on a ball joint, so you know you get some wiggle waggle out of those. The head here is on a ball peg, so it moves, runs around. You can go all the way around with it if you're careful. Mouth opens and closes. Yeah, that's basically this guy's articulation. Now, since the tail is variable, I'll give you the measurement of it all the way out, and we're looking at about 9.5 inches. From here to here, we're looking at about 6. So, height-wise, give or take, that's probably the tallest part. We're looking at about 4 inches. Alrighty. I suppose the next thing to do is size comparisons and then final thoughts. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Final thoughts wise, you know there's 3 things I look for in a figure: playability, materials, and cost. Now let's start with the cost. This thing was $60 if memory serves. It wasn't horribly expensive. Having said that, I think this is a wonderful example of sometimes you get what you pay for. The playability, it's okay. I have had some problems getting it from one mode to another, that could be user error. I mean, I always grant that. But at the same time, I should not be having some of the issues that I'm running into with this figure. Most notably, the thing that I'll talk about the most here is this leg. There's a C-clip in it, and it has a tendency to just not work. There's just no other way of putting it. It's got a tendency to just not work. And when it doesn't work, I've thought I've broken it a couple of times, and I know I've damaged the C-clip just trying to get it back on. So, I mean, these are factors that play a big part in my recommendation or not for this figure. The materials, some of them they feel okay. They're not the greatest things I've ever messed with, but then again, remember your cost here. The cost was what, $60 if I remember correctly, and I kind of bought this thing on a whim. I mean, it's fine for what it is. This is not something that you're going to replace anything else for, if that makes sense. Of course, having said that, there's not another thing you could replace this for, because there's not another one of these. So, what do you do? As a reviewer, do I look at you, you know, metaphorically here, and say, oh my gosh, buy this thing? I can't really recommend it. Not because it's a bad figure, but because it does have its problems. Don't misunderstand me. But it's not, the problems that it has aren't to a point where you just can't get it to do what you want it to do. It frustrates you, because you know it should be doing X, Y, or Z, and it just won't. And that's disappointing, is the word I shall use in this instance. It's disappointing. Much like trying to get those clips back in can be both challenging and disappointing at the same time. So, should you buy this? Well, this is a soft recommend for me. He will probably never, ever, ever, ever be transformed again, just because I'm not going to deal with it. I'm not going to fight with it. And he's a niche thing, so no matter what you do, you're not going to be able to, say, put him with your Masterpiece collection, because he's not a Masterpiece figure. It didn't come with any instructions, so you had to kind of figure it out on your own, or, you know, watch a review or something. And I don't know. I know that's very indecisive, but if you want to buy this thing, buy it for its aesthetics. Don't buy it for its articulation. The materials are okay. The cost is fine. If you want to take a gamble with it, go right ahead. But don't expect anything more than exactly what you end up paying for it. This is Tom. Thanks for watching. I'll see you at the next review.
Thank you for watching my Papa's channel. Please subscribe and like. Thank you.
Excuse me, can I have some Vitamin-John, please?
Sure.
Yum, 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 yum.
Poof!
Holy crap!
Another satisfied customer of Vitamin John.
You need to sell this stuff.
Operators are standing by. Go now!